guys are so cute.
This is not really how I wanted to start a vlog for you guys. I usually try and save the heavier shit for later in the vlog because by that time most people are clicked off and I don't feel as bad about talking about bad things. But I just got back, or I'm pulling back in now from Sasha's euthanasia. If you guys don't know Sasha, that's my mom and my brother's dog, but you know, we had Sasha for almost as long as we had Ginger, so I broke both of them basically, and so it was kind of hard. I don't know, it's hard every time. Let me tell y'all, fucking being in 3 different euthanasia rooms in the past 3 years has been exhausting, emotionally. Because it's like, I can't catch a break from death, apparently. And it's rough. But I'm also kind of slightly, like, obviously I'm upset about it, but I'm also upset in the fact that, like, and I can't help feeling this way, but it's like, for Ginger, it was me and Adam. For Abel, it was me and Adam. I never had the whole family show up for Ginger's euthanasia, so it's like, I feel like it's not that Sasha had the whole family there, it's that I wish Ginger had that also. But I also understand that for Ginger, like, I was there and that was enough. But I also feel like I'm proud of my parents for being there for this one because, you know, growing up, my parents never stayed. They would drop our pets off and leave. They wouldn't stay for the end. And it's like, that always made me so mad that they would do that. Because it's like, you realize that that's the last moment of their life, and that's usually spent with them, like, freaking out, wondering where you are. So I am proud of my parents for staying for the whole thing, but it just feels rough that it was also like, they couldn't have done the same for Ginger, I guess. But if I'm gonna say that, then it's like, nobody was there for Jake and Mary because we were at school and they just dropped him off and left, you know, like, nobody stayed. So, like, I don't know. Unfortunately, those are the thoughts that I have right now, rather than loving the fact that we were all there for Sasha and that we all were, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I only slept for like an hour-ish because I could not sleep because I kept thinking about Sasha. And then I woke up, like, I went to bed at 9 in the morning on the couch, and then I woke up around 9:30. And my brother told me, like, yeah, 10 o'clock is, like, when we should all be there, and I said, okay. So we all went, but, yeah, it's, regardless of whose animal it was, at the end of the day, it's fucking hard to sit through each time. It doesn't get easier. And it just feels like every death in the family is kind of like the end of a chapter of a life for me also, which is weird because that's kind of how I look at things now. It's like, oh, this is the year that this person died. Oh, 2023 was the worst year of my life because that's when my dog died. You know, things like that. Like, each death to me just signifies like a chapter that ended and like there's no going back from, you know.
Editor's note here. I did just want to add, or I guess reiterate that, like I said, I am proud of my parents for staying. You know, I have had conversations with my mom in the past about, like, why don't you stay? You know, and because, like, it was really hard for me to grasp at the time, people having different tolerances for things, and I guess my justice system belief was that I think that you should be a little uncomfortable in dealing with that. But again, that was just me being selfish, and which is the whole reason that I was definitely there, because I told my mom and my brother, I said, look, I don't expect you to be there, because I know you don't like being there, but I don't want her to be alone, so let me know when you guys are gonna do it, and I'll make sure I'm there, so at least she has me, if that's what she needed. And so, yeah, I don't know, like, I am proud that my parents stayed, because they usually don't do that. And I just want to reiterate also, like, it's really weird that it was such a weird thing that it was a family outing almost, because after it was all said and done and we walked out, my brother asked if, or he suggested a group hug, and it was awkward. Lovingly, it was awkward, because my family's not very affectionate with each other at all. I think the last time I hugged my mom was, I don't even know. I could not tell you the last time I hugged my mom. My dad, the last time I hugged him was in, like, I think 2016, when his parents died, at the funeral. I think that was the last time I hugged him. And then my brother and I have hugged more recently, like a year or two ago, because we were playing a drinking game, and his friend had pulled the card that said nominate 2 players to hug and then drink. And his friend had been very adamant that it would only not be weird if the siblings hugged. If anyone else hugged, it would be awkward. So last time my brother and I hugged was because of the drinking game. But it was weird. Like, my family's not a very affectionate family at all. So, but it was also nice. Like, you know, we don't do that shit often. So, anyways, I don't know what this editor's note is. I just wanted to add that in there because I just want to reiterate, like, that was, like, really post Sasha's mortem. My grief was more anger than anything. I've had a few days to stew on it, and I just wanted to reiterate that, no, I am proud that they have grown enough to be able to be there. You know what I mean? Versus them being, like, stuck in their ways of not being there. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up now.
But, anyways, I am gonna go inside now. I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of the day. I made plans last week with my friends to go to open mic night and get coffee. And as much as I really would like to cancel and just stay home and not do anything, I also feel like for once in my life, I want to be willing to let people around me heal with me. Because I've always been like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it myself person, or I'll be fine by myself, like, everything's fine by myself. And I never accept, like, emotional support. I never accept, like, help from anybody because I just don't like asking for help. I don't like being sad and around friends, because then it's like, I don't know, it just feels like I'm dragging the mood down or whatever. So I'm trying to decide if I should just go through with the coffee tonight, as long as everyone else can still go, and then that way I can heal through music and my friends and coffee. I guess. It's also weird because I feel like a part of me feels selfish for how I am acting about Sasha, because Sasha and I did not get along very well for most of the time that I lived with her. You know? Most of that was just because of how she was towards my dog, but at the end of the day, like, she's essentially like family either way. But I'm like, well, it's not your dog, and it's not even, like, you're not even second in line, so why are you so upset about it, you know? But it's just hard. It's really fucking hard being there. But ever since I was there for my dog, I've told myself that no matter what, I'm gonna be there for each of my pets as my life goes on, because I can't imagine a world where I just drop them off and leave. Couldn't be me. So, anyways, gonna go inside now. I might take a nap. I might get some food. I don't know. But I will check in with you guys later. Hopefully I won't be as snotty and teary and what have you, but yeah.
Hello everybody, it is like 8 p.m. the next day. My friends did indeed cancel on me yesterday, so I had to stay home, but I just ended up playing Stardew Valley all night. And I did that again today when I woke up. I didn't work tonight because the shift was full enough that I didn't want to apply to be a backup. But I do work tomorrow. And then I'm off Tuesday and then I work Wednesday. But I'm doing a little better. It's weird, like, it's just weird to me because I feel like it is harder for my family right now because I got to come home to my apartment, you know, with my cats, and they ended up having to go home to like an empty house now, which is sad. Like, you know, when I lost Ginger, I came home to an empty house because we still lived here at the apartment when I lost Ginger. And so it was definitely hard because we didn't have Thorfinn at the time, obviously. But at least when we lost Abel, I came home and saw Thorfinn. So it's definitely, I feel like it's definitely a little harder for them right now just because they have to deal with the fact that the house is empty and quiet. It's definitely quiet now, but yeah. Adam and I didn't really do much today. We just got like Sonic for lunch and then that was about it so far, and then we napped and stuff. But there's something else I wanted to talk about and I can't remember what I wanted to say. It had to do with like everything that's been going on too, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I don't remember. My lips look really like split, but they don't feel split or dry, so I don't know. Maybe it's just blue from my slushie. That's probably what it is. I did work out today, which I'm proud of myself for. I worked out and I showered. And then I played Stardew Valley. And then we got food. But, yeah, I don't know. It's also just been weird because it's like, yeah, no, I don't really have anything else to say right now, to be honest. So I just got home, but I just want you guys to be proud of me. I actually cooked food to eat instead of picked up McDonald's on the way home. So hello everybody, I just woke up. I am currently cooking dinner. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of like why I really like Jackass. What a weird vlog to put this into after all the like depression of the first half, but basically that's kind of the reason why I really like Jackass. First of all, base level, it's funny. Like, I have yet to get sick of it, and I watched it probably, like, all the movies total, I've watched them probably more than 10, 20 times in the past 5 years alone. I first started really, like, I got showed it in, I think when I was 14 or something. My dad showed the first movie to me, and then I made him show me the others. And then I kind of just really fell head over heels. I mean, obviously, I have a little touch of autism sometimes. I feel weird saying that on YouTube. YouTube's like the only place I don't talk about that. But I hella hyperfixated on it, and I became so obsessed with it. You know, I watched all the movies. I watched all the 3.5 or the 0.5s. I've watched basically everything but the TV show because I didn't have access to that at the time. I found and acquired Viva La Bam and Wild Boys. Like, I read Steve-O's books. I read Brandon Novak's books. Like, I was just really into it. And it started to get really prevalent in hard times of my life because, you know, the first time I really, like, realized that it doesn't make me feel as bad as it did when I started watching it was when I found out my high school graduation got canceled. Because I was so distraught. So all I could do was sit on the couch and watch Jackass because it's like, maybe this will make me feel better. And I was right, and it did. And so I just love Jackass because it makes me feel better about shitty things in my life. I got my wisdom teeth out and I was in so much pain. I was watching Jackass because I wanted to distract myself. I'm like, if they can go through that pain, I can go through this pain. And that's why I ended up getting my Jackass tattoo as my little reminder of, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. And so that's kind of why I went and got that tattooed a few years ago, because it's like, yes, I was currently in the throes of hyperfixation, but at the end of the day, that's still one of the tattoos that actually has a meaning to it, whereas a lot of these don't anymore. And yeah, I don't know, it's just, I cannot explain why it has the chokehold on me that it does. I was thrilled when 4 came out. I was like, oh my god, they're actually making another one? What the hell? I listened to Steve-O's podcast. I've watched a lot of interviews and things like that. Like, I just, it's just one of those hyperfixations that really, like, kind of lifts my mood more than a lot of them, because it's just good vibes. Like, yeah, they're fucking throwing themselves out of trees and downstairs and, like, hurting themselves and stuff, but it's all in good fun. It's fun, it's camaraderie. I mean, they're all, like, best friends, and it's just, you can tell on screen that they were all actually good friends outside of filming, and, you know, so I don't know. It kind of also just made me want that, though. Like, I was like, I want a group of friends to do stupid shit with. There is a video idea I have of Jackass stunts that I would actually do, given the opportunity. There's quite a handful of them, believe it or not, that I would do. But I might make that into a different video. But other than that, though, like, I don't know, man. Jackass just definitely helps the hurt not hurt as bad sometimes. That and Winnie the Pooh are, like, the only things that, like, actually actively bring me joy when I'm feeling very depressed. Which is really weird to say, but, I mean, that's kind of how it is. And I am watching through the TV show now, which is weird, because I did have access to the Lost tapes, so I watched those, but I don't know why I couldn't ever find the TV show anywhere. Sailing the high seas, if you will. But I bought Paramount, so I have that version, although I do think that a lot of the public has agreed that Paramount has edited out a lot of the gnarlier stuff, which I get, but it's also like, come on, man, put it in its true form. But yeah, I don't know. I just woke up. I'm cooking dinner. I think I'm gonna end the vlog with this clip right after, because I don't really have anything else to go with this vlog, which is also why I'm like, let's just talk about Jackass for a minute, because that's what I've been focusing on. I do want to get a walking pad soon, so I can start walking more often. My issue is I love walking on a treadmill. I actually really love to walk on a treadmill, but I live in an apartment, so I don't have space for a proper treadmill. And you're like, Zoe, just go walk outside. You literally live next to a fucking park. The act of leaving my house to work out does not appeal to me much anymore. And if I'm going to leave my house to work out, I'm going to go to, like, an aerial studio or a boxing gym. You know, I'm not going to go out my front door and walk around the park. That's not something, I know that's something that I will not do with my life. So I think a walking pad might help, because I can literally just set it up in my living room, watch some YouTube or something while I walk. Normally when I'm on a treadmill, I'll listen to music, or well, sometimes I will, but podcasts. I love listening to podcasts while I'm walking on treadmills. It helps the time go by real fast. Mostly I listen to Emma Chamberlain's Anything Goes podcast, because she has a lot of really good insight, and it helps that we're the same age, so it's like, okay, if this is what Emma's gone through, then it's gonna help me out in my life, and her advice is really good. For somebody who, like, watched her videos when she was, like, 17, because I was 17, and then I stopped for a really long time, but I still don't watch her videos, but I listen to her podcast, and I really like it. Again, Steve-O's Wild Ride. I did stop listening to that for a while too, because it did become very saturated with Blue Chew ads, and I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. But he's grown. I've noticed, because I was listening to some of his podcasts at work last night, like his newer episodes, and the vibe is totally different than the first few that I listened to. Because I listened to the first of his podcast a couple years ago, when he says this himself, that he didn't really have conversational podcast etiquette, and he was mostly talking over his guests, and he understood that, recognized that, got a talking coach, and now he actually runs a really good podcast. It's on hold right now, I think, because he's going through some shit, but anyways, that was a really good podcast too. I used to listen to a couple of true crime podcasts also when I was working out, but I kind of stopped. I fell out of the whole true crime genre, really. Like, I'll watch some Explore With Us videos sometimes, but I realize that true crime kind of does make me more paranoid and anxious, and I realize that I probably shouldn't watch it. Just because it's like, I'm getting to the age, I sound so old when I say that, I'm getting to the age where, like, I don't want to indulge in things that don't bring me some sense of joy, and true crime has a time and a place for me. Let me go check on my dinner while I'm talking. True crime has a time and a place for me, but it's definitely not something that I want to actively be, like, listening to, watching all the time, paying attention to all the time, because it's just too much sometimes, you know? Like, sometimes it's a lot, and my emotions are a lot also, and I don't want to deal with that a lot of the time. Anyways, obviously I still watch, I don't know if I like that angle. Obviously I still watch, like, YouTube and stuff. I've been an avid YouTube viewer for many, many years, and obviously I've been on YouTube for many, many years. If you guys are new, because I know I've gotten a lot of influx of people the last few times, just so you guys know, I was originally Zoe White Wolf, and I have been on YouTube since I was 11, and I am 23 now. I started out making a lot of random, like, tag videos and easy challenge videos, and I would just do a lot of, like, I did a few skit kind of videos, didn't like them very much, but for the most part, like, that's what I focused on. And then I did some little vlog type videos here and there, but an 11-year-old's life is not that interesting. I did a couple of just sit down talking videos, like commentary stuff, and then as I got a little older, it kind of turned into, like, right towards the end of my first, like, big chapter, I think, it was just a lot of, wow, I'm growing up and this is how I'm growing up kind of things. And then I did a big hiatus for like a year or something, and I came back, did a few more videos, did a hiatus, came back, started gaming videos, did another hiatus, and now here I am. I think the hiatuses honestly were a lot of just me not knowing what I wanted to do anymore, because it's not that I really care at this point what kind of content I upload, but I have noticed people like vlogs of mine a lot more than they've liked any of my other content, and I'll probably still go do some other content too, but vlogs are also just easy because I do it on my phone, so, like, I always have the camera with me. I have a lot of thoughts throughout the day, which is why I'm like, I'll just pull out my camera and talk to it real quick, because it's just kind of therapeutic for me almost. You know, I don't go to therapy. I tried. I could not handle it. It irritated me so bad. So this is kind of my therapy almost. It helps that I can sit here and process and, like, get my thoughts out and not be interrupted by somebody else, if that makes sense. Like, you kind of just have to sit and listen to me process everything. which is probably really annoying for you, honestly, but it helps me a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I think I've run out of things to talk about there. I do want to add on, though, that I have gotten a decent amount of subscribers in the past couple of weeks, and I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around and for, you know, wanting to follow my weird little journey of life. It's been calm-ish for a little bit. I think things are gonna start picking up and getting a little crazy again later this year, next year. Just some really exciting things coming up for me, and I'm really happy about that. And I'd love it if you guys would stick around for that. And I do also just want to, I feel really weird doing this, but I do want to make my first like push goal. Like, I would love it if we could get to like 250 subscribers. I think that would be really awesome by the end of the year. I think the end of the year is a good goal for that. And I do really just hope that it's attainable because I would love to do that. Obviously, if we surpass it, hallelujah, you know. But yeah, I do think that that's fair for me to ask. I don't know if it's fair for me to ask at all, realistically, because again, I've been on YouTube for like 11 years, and this is the most subscribers I've ever had, which is crazy for me. And I just feel so, I don't like using the word blessed, but I do feel very blessed that I have some amazing people behind my back with this channel. I feel like it's been a long time coming, and I do feel like now that I am older, I kind of understand my content a little better even. I know as a child I was very chaotic, and some of you have been here since those days, so power to you for handling my videos at that age. I was a nightmare. I don't know if you guys ever watched my Twitch stream of me reacting to my old videos, but I was so cringy. I cannot stand it. I want to do another one with better audio because I realized the audio mixing on that video on that stream was so bad. Like, you could not hear the videos at all, like the original videos. So anyways, that is a very long-winded rant. I am so sorry for taking up your guys' time like this. I just wanted to have a nice little sit-down talk to kind of show you guys I'm okay. Like, you know, a couple days ago was very hard, but it's better. You know, Adam and I stayed up really late, like 2 nights ago, and just had a really nice time, like deep belly laughing about stupid shit and spending a lot of time together. So I feel okay. I really do. But, you know, shit's always hard. It's always gonna be hard. And that's just kind of life. And, you know, my mom did say that. I told her, I was like, I'm so tired of having bad years. Like, I want a good fucking year. And then the year starts off that way, and it's like, okay, thanks. She's like, well, that's just how life goes. And I know, but I want the positives to outweigh the negatives for once, you know, and I'm sure they will this year. I have faith that this year is going to be good. I've had a lot of negatives last year and the year before, so I'm ready for some positive changes and for things to start working out for me. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your week. I will probably not see you guys till the weekend, so just thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.